Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Pop-Pop.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Callie.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help.
His stuff is out there in box? Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to a beautiful day here in Northeast Pennsylvania. To get our day started off, we got animals all taken care of. We got the farm market set up, and now we need to move some calves around. The 4 largest calves that we have in this pen are being moved out to pasture. That way we can make some more room for some of the smaller calves that are now off milk. You got it. Whoa, don't kick me. Out of the corner, come on. Come on. Come on. That's a kicker right there. You don't want to get kicked by him. Turn around, buddy. You big old thing. Come on. Why would you go in there? Come on. Come on, guys. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? One thing we can say about these calves is they are definitely healthy. I'd be careful. That one tried to flip me on my head right there. Yeah, you, cutie. You. They're wild animals. You got to be careful. We got the animals all taken care of down below. Before we head out to the fields, I went for a quick walk out to the garden. I had to water Grammy's spinach for her. Some of you were shocked to hear that Grammy went on a vacation. Grammy does party. She likes to vacation. But anyway, now that that's all taken care of, we're on our way out to the fields. I might make a quick pit stop at all the cole crops that we were irrigating the other day, but once we're done with that, then we'll be on to picking. Well, I'll be 100% honest with you. It's not that difficult to find out where we irrigated. And from last night into this morning, it looks like we were not the only ones out here. We got some deer tracks going through the field. I don't think that's too big of a concern at this point in the crop's life. The animals don't usually bother it when it gets to this size. But this cabbage looks like it has enjoyed some extra moisture. I can't really tell if the heads have gotten bigger overnight, but the plants sure look healthy. Look at this head. Yeah, that one's a beauty. I'd have to say the crops all together, they seem to look a lot healthier. One of the biggest reasons why we wanted to get moisture on these crops is because this is when the crop is producing its head. This is when the plant is producing and using a lot of energy, and anything we can do to assist the plant out, we're gonna do it. And by adding extra moisture, it's gonna encourage these plants to really start producing. We looked out in here, you can see this cauliflower is really tightening up, getting ready to start forming those heads. And when we were out here, we were seeing some heads of broccoli being formed. So adding moisture on at this point has probably increased the size of the heads. And I think, oh yeah, we could start picking broccoli if we really wanted to. But these heads are gonna increase in size. Altogether, it was a very long process to get the irrigation pipe into place, get our pump into place, get everything set up and start running the water. But for this crop being one of our last big ones of the year, I think we're gonna do anything we can to make sure that we have a nice one. Over the next few weeks or even months, we're gonna be out here quite a bit, picking cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. I know for cabbage harvest this year, we have a lot of orders coming in. So if we can keep our cabbage at a nice size, I'm gonna be happy. I don't wanna sound too crazy, but it looks like stuff has just grown overnight.
It has.
You think so?
Is there broccoli in here?
There's broccoli in here to pick. How does that make you feel? I think it's time for the broccoli dance. What's the broccoli dance?
I'm not sure.
I could stay here all day and talk about these cole crops, but I've got other work that needs to get done. So that's where we're off to next. Leaves are changing, cabbage is growing. Feels like fall to me. For moving into the middle to late September, I'm pretty happy with what we're seeing here. Beautiful. The plants are nice and healthy. The cucumbers are perfect size. This is what we like to see at this point in the year. Pretty easy to see that the first big job that we're getting started with today is harvesting pickling cucumbers. Normally our schedule doesn't have us harvesting pickling cucumbers today, but yesterday we were super busy and we weren't able to get it all done. We did get our first 2 rows picked, but now we're focusing on these top 2 rows. And I would have to say that I am pleasantly surprised with how the pickling cucumbers are looking. Now, one thing I will mention, these definitely aren't the best pickling cucumbers we've ever harvested. However, for our late planting, I'd have to say I'm very happy. I'm very optimistic. Now, we have already picked out of this specific planting a few times, and we haven't had that much trouble. Occasionally, we will find something like this, but that's common. A little bit of crop damage. Do I know an animal like that? No. But would I like it to stop? Yes, but you know what? I don't speak animal. What was I saying? Oh, the cucumbers. The cucumbers are nice. I can't complain about them too much at this point in the year. Anything that we get to harvest, I'd have to say it's like a bonus. Now, we've definitely made our money back for the work that we put into this late planting, and I'm happy about that. I know a lot of our customers that were holding out hope that they could get some pickling cucumbers. They were happy as well. Now, the big difference that our late season plants run into as opposed to our early season plants is sunlight hours, or I should say growing hours. As we start to get colder and colder nights and we get less sunlight throughout the day, our plants have less opportunity to grow and less opportunity to put on new blossoms. With our earlier plantings in the year, we almost have to pick those things every single day. It's amazing how fast they grow. But now at this point in the year, the pickling cucumbers that we're harvesting right now, we pick these every 4 or 5 days. Our nights are colder, we have less growing hours, and what that does is it really slows down our plants. Our plants aren't producing as many blossoms, and the crop itself is just not growing as fast as it normally does. Some of you may be asking, you know, is this a problem? And no, it's not a problem. We prepare for this every single year. Because we kind of stick to a planting schedule, we know what grows well at different times. And at this point in the year, everything starts to slow down. Not just ourselves, but the crops. And because of that, we know what we can sell and what we can't sell. And what we've been receiving is something that I'm proud of. I'm proud of what we've got here at this late planting. And the best part is, it all still tastes great. It's easy to compare this crop to what we had harvested earlier on in the year and call this crop not a success because, well, comparatively, it's not from what we were picking earlier. But anything that we can get at this point in the year, it's a bonus. Big old bonus. Right, Dad? You like bonus cucumbers?
Love bonus.
Love bonus. Well, that's a good deal. We were able to get 14.5 red baskets full of pickling cucumbers. Now, they also picked 2 of these rows yesterday and they were able to get 8. This middle row that we had over here was just completely loaded. So right there, you're looking at 22 baskets of pickling cucumbers. That's quite a bit. I'm happy with what we were able to find. It's a lot easier to get all this work done when you have weather like what you're dealing with today. The past few days have been beautiful, and the weather looks like it's going to be beautiful in the near future. At this point in the year, rain probably would not be ideal for a bulk of our crops, but there are some things that are desperately needing the rain. Be nice if we got some rain for our cole crops, and our peppers could probably use the rain as well. We're not able to irrigate the peppers right now because we moved all our irrigation system around, but some rain would be nice.
What's up?
What are you working on over here?
We're out of pumpkins at home.
So you gotta grab pumpkins?
Yep.
Sounds good. Didn't you pick these the other day?
Yeah, we didn't pick small ones.
Oh, need small pumpkins.
We need small pumpkins.
Alrighty. Well, if you need anything, give me a call. We're gonna go wash cucumbers, okay? All right, you be safe, buddy. We got all the pickling cucumbers ran through the washer. It takes us a little bit longer these days because we sort them right out of the washer. We have a small, medium, and large size. And the reason why we're doing it now, as opposed to later, is so it's one less job we've got to worry about. Also, the girls are very, very busy. They normally sort the cucumbers, so we decided to do it for them today. The next thing we're gonna be putting through our washer is some squash. We have some acorn squash, spaghetti, and butternut. Everything has now been washed and put onto our wagon. These things were looking pretty dirty, but now that they've gone through the washer, well, they sure did clean up nice. Alrighty, alrighty. Lunchtime today. It looks like we've got a good spread here. We got some chips, popcorn, some cantaloupe, and ooh, meatball hoagies. You want to make some happy chickens? Feed them tomatoes. They love tomatoes. You know what else chickens love? Worms. Worms, yeah. Black soldier fly larvae, to be a little more exact. We're finally getting to the point in the year where it's cool enough that we can start feeding that again. When we start adding a lot of protein into their diet, it actually increases their body temperature. And in the middle of summer, it can make these birds a little too hot. So we don't like adding that all summer long, but now that we're getting back into winter, we just need to get some in and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, and I wanted to bring the old stuff out of it, the older stuff.
Thank you. Looks a little different out here, doesn't it? This was a previous patch of sweet corn that we had went through and harvested. Daniel came out and mowed it off so that it looks nice. And this right here is the patch of sweet corn that we're now working on. At this end of the field, it is sad to admit, but we do have some crop damage. But if 2025 is the year of something, the year of crop damage would probably suit it well. Looks like skunks and raccoons. You can see the way these husks are peeled back. It's just sad to see. Over there, more, yep. Oh, they did a number. But hopefully we'll be able to find plenty of sweet corn for the customers here in the local area, because not only do the animals like sweet corn, the customers do too. We were able to find a decent amount right here at the edge. But once we move into the rows a little bit deeper, every single ear that is ripe to harvest is either completely removed off or has been affected by one or another form of crop damage. Here's one, hasn't been touched. We'll take that one, but they are few and far in between. I'm sure once we get over this little ridge, it'll be a lot better. This crop damage is unbelievable. You know that. In normal years, we'd have close to a full bin already. Like someone picked here already. Uh-oh. You can tell. Well, that's going to be it for harvesting sweet corn. We were able to get a full bin harvested. We would have been done way sooner if it wasn't for the crop damage. That crop damage, it's pretty frustrating when you have a chance to actually look at it. Another thing that can make picking this sweet corn a little more difficult is there's sometimes worms in the corn. As you get later and later into the year, you're more likely to have worms in your sweet corn. Yes, even we run into problems with worms in a sweet corn. A little trick we use when we're harvesting is when we squeeze the top of the ear. If the ear is rounded off, it's a good telltale sign that we don't have worm damage. Now, if there's a dent in the top of the ear, then there's a good chance that we have worm damage and there's a worm inside. This one right here, you can kind of see when I fold it over, it's kind of rounded off here, and when I'm picking, I'll grab and I'll put my thumb like this, and I'm not feeling any dents. So this one is a good one. We're running into problems with worms in the middle of the field, and I've been walking around trying to find a spot where there's actually worm damage here, and I can't find it, probably because there's so much crop damage at this end of the field. But yeah, that's what we kind of look for. We just take our fingers and we squeeze the top of the ear while we're picking. I just grab like this, and then I pull off, and when I feel with my pointer and my thumb, I don't feel anything there. So this is a good ear. Still a little full from lunch, but we'll just peel this back. Beautiful. We got the sweet corn back to the farm, and then I brought Daniel out here to the pepper field. We have this rogue little patch of hot cherry peppers that needs to be picked. We haven't really touched it all year long, so we want to get these harvested. We need some hot cherry peppers, we need some other peppers, but we're focusing on the hot cherry right now. Now, I haven't had too many opportunities to ask you this, Daniel, but how's dad life going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? You enjoying it?
Yeah.
You change any diapers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's changing diapers, but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I don't know if I'm as pro at it as you are.
I've changed quite a few diapers, but I'm sure you're pretty good. I'm sure you're pretty good. Once you change one diaper, you could probably change all the diapers. It's not that bad. You really can't complain about what we're finding out here. Beautiful, beautiful peppers, beautiful weather. I got great people to work with. I don't want to say it too loud. I don't want their heads to get any bigger than it already is. This is a good day for farming. Really good day for farming. I'm all done with picking peppers and now I'm back here at the farm. Matthew just got home from the auction. We got him all unloaded and he picked up quite a few things. A lot of decorative items. You can see all this stuff. Absolutely looks beautiful. Definitely starting to make me think that fall is here. Looking at this farm market, everything we've been picking, the pumpkins, it's beautiful, beautiful. All I need to put me in the mood is some pumpkin pie. Who do we have over here? Hi, babies. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Lily. Lily, how are you? You're good? I got home from work. I was able to get a shower. I was able to give the little babies some baths. Come here. Did you get a bath? Oh, they're all falling over top of me now. You're sitting on your brother. What is this? But the big question I wanted to ask, how was your day? Did you have a good day? Yeah, very good day. Did you have a good day, Lily? Yeah. Oh, is that a house that a little girl lives in? Uh-oh, who lives in there? That's a fancy house right there. We've got a larger than normal crew for dinner tonight because Grammy's still on vacation. We've got Mimi and Pop-Pop here for dinner. And what are we having, Mommy? Tacos. Tacos. Since we're getting ready to sit down and eat, you guys know what that means. This is where we're gonna be ending the video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.